Hey, it's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Walton. My guest for this segment is Reverend Dr. Simon. Simon, welcome to the show. And boy, we got some explosive things to talk about, don't we?
I love your segue, Steve. I think that's as always. I'm here today actually to appeal to the people of the Central Valley to help out with a campaign we've got to buy pediatric masks for the children of the Philippines. There's a huge shortage of masks, and as you know, there was a volcano erupted January the 12th.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. Yeah, I am aware, and I'm also familiar with the Philippines. But I'm not familiar. I don't know where was the volcano?
Well, it's the island of Luzon.
Okay, so it was on the Big Island.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, but the effects of it, of course, with the wind, the ash and the smoke.
It spreads. And, you know, when we talk about ash, most people, they think of ash like from a fire or something like that. When you're talking about volcanic ash, it's more like tiny microscopic pieces of glass. You know, and it's savage what it does once it gets inside a human being on any level. You know,
you're absolutely right. Of course, I was on television the other evening with Dr. Baz from the Baz Allergy Clinic, and he was explaining the amount of sulfur dioxide, which of course is very harmful, and the particles of silica, which is akin to kind of breathing in powdered glass. Children are now showing up at healthcare clinics and emergency rooms with bloody sputum and are having all kinds of respiratory problems. So if you think the valley during the summer when we had the wildfires, remember how hard it was to breathe?
Not even close.
Not even close.
And the thing is, again, it goes, those wildfires passed, people began to breathe easier. When you're talking about volcanic ash, once it's in, the body doesn't get rid of it. I mean, it's not like, you know, it just, we breathe out, you know, and it dissipates and goes away. You said it's silicon. I refer to it as little tiny shards of glass. It's there. It's a physical property, and little kids, you know, it's horrendous. You know, and honestly, Simon, I had never given it much thought until you mentioned it to me just now. You know, as we were getting ready to go on the air, you know, the incredible tragedy. You know, life happens. Volcanoes erupt. Got that. But we live in a world today where providing protection, you know, for us old fogies, who cares? Not so much. Little kids, you know, they're important.
They're vulnerable, aren't they, Steve? And, you know, a memorandum came out from the government a few days ago telling people to wear underwear on their face as a face mask. So you've got people running around kind of with panties on their face, which doesn't give the protection. In fact, these masks for children are so specific that they conceal around the face. If you put an adult mask on, it just won't fit. I mentioned to you before we came on air that I was here in the Valley at Valley Children's Hospital as a chaplain for 6 years. One of the things in 15 years in pediatrics I noticed was when a child has asthma and they start to turn a different color and they fight for every breath, you see the look of horror on their face. And, you know, if you can't do anything, you're helpless. We can do something for the cost of a cup of coffee. We can do something for 2 kids with a cup of Starbucks coffee.
Oh, yeah. But, you know, now you have spent time in the Philippines.
Yeah, I've been there several times.
Excuse me. Are you planning on going back?
I am. I'm planning to lead a mission there. I have a group on the ground. I work with a group called the Seagulls, and they call them the Seagulls because they swoop in, do what's necessary, swoop out, which is great. And so I worked with them back in 2012 and 13 when the typhoon devastated Tacloban. And so we're really good friends, and they have everything priced to the penny. They're part of the Mormon Church, but they're independent of it. But they have great training. So if there's any Mormons watching today, if there are any Catholics watching, if there's anyone that's a person of faith and you think you can't make a difference because maybe you feel like you're a nobody, this is
an opportunity to make a difference.
Yeah.
Not a little difference, but a big difference. You know, when you talk about little kids that have asthma attacks and you see that, you know, fear. It's abject terror. They don't understand. They can't
Absolutely,
breathe.
Steve.
And that's asthma. It is what it is. I mean, you have it or you don't as a child. And there are treatments and stuff, and that's fine. But this is something because, again, going back to the fact that, one, the particulate matter can't be expelled once early on it can possibly, to a certain extent, be coughed up. For the most part, it's there. We think of COPD, it's for all those old fogies that smoked or whatever. These kids, they're going to be tied to it. They don't understand. It limits them, it terrifies them, and you out here have an opportunity to help. How are you doing as far as your fundraising? Where are we at with that?
Well, I was on local television the other night. I sent out emails to everyone I knew, and I think we're currently running about $800. Our goal is $5,000. I have an old car sitting in my garage that I put up for sale to raise funds as well. I am all in with this, Steve. I am all in with this.
Simon, I understand that, and I'm behind you 100%. That's great.
No, I really appreciate you spending this time today to talk to me. And, I would say that if you're out there and you think that you're a nobody and you can't make a difference, the Philippines is the most grateful country in the world. Everyone to the man hugged me and said, thank you for coming when I was there before. And this nobody went there in 2012 and 13 and fed 7,000 children from kind people in the Central Valley. You're not a nobody because you can be somebody in the life of a child.
There you go. How do they get a hold of you, Simon?
Well, you can call my number that's up on the screen. You can email me. There is also a link that was done by the lovely Marie Edinger the other day that's up on a local website.
All right, stop. What's your phone number?
559-477-7779.
What's your email address?
It's premierpadre@gmail.com.
Okay. Got a webpage that you said she put together this.
There is a GoFundMe. I will send you the link to that if you have a website and are able to post that anywhere. I'd be grateful.
Talk to Mike Briggs and see. Make sure it gets posted, or people can reach that through whatever information contact that you've got out. What's your time frame? What are you looking? You want to raise 5,000 because time is of the essence. It's not like it's an unfolding thing that's going to. It is unfolding. It's going to go on for a long period of time, but it's critical that you catch it earlier than later. So what kind of time frame are we looking at?
Well, I would like to have this done and dusted within 15 days.
15 days.
I just looked prior to coming on air. The websites in the Philippines are reporting that there could be more eruptions, and there were 4 or 5 reported volcanic earthquakes this morning alone. So they're still very much in the danger zone.
Yes, they are, and they're a really fine people. When you say they're very gratitude oriented, they are. They really have a relationship with people of the United States. Through the years, various things. And I know that they appreciate all that we can do. I appreciate all that you can do, and your organizations. I think that's awesome.
Well, I really appreciate you, Steve. Where would we be without you this afternoon?
Thanks for being on the show.
God bless you. Thank you.
It's your chance. You might be sitting at your computer, maybe playing with your phone. This is an opportunity to make a difference. Today, electronically, you find out there's a GoFundMe. A couple buttons, and your 2 Starbucks off your account, and you've taken care of 4 kids. Think about it. Put it in those terms. I'll see you when we come back.